and freedom of speech is really in danger. Not only in Kerala, I'm saying that they have imitated the model of the BJP across the country, and that suits to them. Basically across even in Delhi, the PIB card has become redundant. That is only for CGHS and railway. Railway is already stopped. And the Ministry of Defense and the Ministry of External Affairs, you have to get the pass, even if you have the PIB card. Even in the Finance Ministry from the October to March, there is no access. There is a real crisis to have the access to the information, basically. And one must understand, because in the Editors Guild we have discussed this issue many times, that is a serious issue. The politicians don't want the journalists to know the truth. And you ask me what is the way forward? Way forward is that once basically what is happening is the journalists are trying to get the news what the politicians or the ministers are briefing. That is an advertisement. And journalists have to do the stories which they are hiding. As even if they are doing it, but the system has taken a different shape. As in UP, if you see, there are two major newspapers. Even if the reporter files a report, the report doesn't see the light of the day. That is the tragedy. And that is happening across the country. Whether it is UP, whether it is Haryana. Haryana also had the same fate. When the assembly used to be there, they used to say that, no, you are not supposed to attend the assembly. You go to the Haryana Bhavan and where you can see on the television. And some minister will come and brief the journalists. That is, and even in Punjab, Bhagwant Mann has got one journalist arrested. Even in Chhattisgarh, the Aaj Tak correspondent has been arrested of reporting. That is the scenario across the country. The politicians want to hide the truth, and they don't want to let the journalists to work. That is a quite peculiar situation. And if you see 200, more than 200 news journalists are there, 200 televisions are there, news televisions are there. That is the situation with every journalist. Even the Braj Bhushan Singh, the Times Now reporter, was mishandled.
Right.
They don't want anything to come out before the masses. But you see, the media has taken its own role. They are bringing the truth, and kudos to them, without caring about the restrictions and without caring about the access to the information. They are doing their duties. And if you see the Manipur violence case, the European Union yesterday has lambasted them across the table. They have raised their voice. So even if these politicians, the government, are hiding the issues and the information, that will not be stopped. Somewhere somebody will raise the issue. So even I am just surprised about the Pinarayi Vijayan, who the left parties who
Right.
are just screaming about the democracy and the freedom, the right to freedom across the country. They are doing it in Kerala. Kerala was considered to be the lamppost and the role model across the country. But even if they are doing it, it is really surprising, and it should be condemned. And the access to the information is the basic right of the
Right.
journalist, and they should be provided with all the things.
Right,
And
Mr.
I think in the days to come, the way the PIB, Press Information Bureau, is behaving and other state governments are behaving, the day will come, the journalists will stop talking to the ministries and the ministers,
Right.
and then they will call
Right,
them.
Minister.
Still, when the
Right.
politician and the
Right,
secretaries.
Mr. Tyagi, you're saying this is common across the country, very unfortunate. I'd like to go across to Mr. Shaji once. Shaji, what are you planning to do next? You've given multiple representations to the government. They don't seem to want to listen. So are you planning to take it up to the court, perhaps the entire press association in Kerala?
Unlike in other parts of India, in Kerala, the union of the journalists is very strong. The Kerala Union of Working Journalists, it is now planning many options. It is even consulting the legal experts. And definitely, we will go to the other options. We will probe the options, the right option. And most probably, we will initiate a legal battle because it is discriminatory. It is against the principle of an independent media and fair kind of administration. And as Tyagi sir said, it is part of a larger symptom the country is facing now. It is a larger disease and it is just a symptom. And in the case of Kerala, what we are thinking,
Right.
what makes us unbelievable is the way the left government is behaving. The government, which is supposed to protect the right to
Right.
expression of the people or the custodian of the fundamental rights of the people, must not behave like this.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Shaji and Mr. Tyagi, for giving your thoughts. You're saying that, of course, legal recourse is something that you will go for. At this point, of course, threat, intimidation, and absolutely no access for journalists in Kerala inside the secretariat. And this has become a larger problem, is what they're saying.